What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC, and today we are going to talk about why I basically only buy from 4 knife companies for my folders. So, I have been using knives, collecting knives for a very long time. I don't really collect it anymore, but I used to collect a lot. At one point I had like 120 something knives, Kershaw's, CRKT, Buck, Gerber, Frost Cutlery, geez, you name it. I had it. Every time that they released a new one, I got it. I would save up my allowance for these knives, and eventually, I've mentioned this before, I got rid of all of the budget stuff and I moved on to like a little bit higher end knives. I just, grew into the hobby more and more, and I learned to appreciate stuff like Benchmade and Spyderco and all that good stuff. And I got rid of all of the cheaper budget stuff. And I tried to kind of focus my attention onto knives that I was really passionate about, that I enjoyed using, that had better materials, maybe a better, place of origin, I guess you could call it, in terms of where they are manufactured and who makes them. So, I only use Benchmade, Spyderco, Emerson, and Reeve for folders for the most part. I recently just tried a case knife again, the Lanny's clip, and I have some experience with case, and I also have started to dip my toes into the world of Great Eastern Cutlery, Northwoods, etc., kind of the old school knives that are made in America. But I wanted to explain why I have kind of targeted these 4 companies that I mentioned and why I like to stick with them and I don't really broaden my horizons per se. So I want to preface with the fact that these are just my opinions. I'm not saying it's right. If anything, it's really boring. I have a very boring taste in knives, actually. Very dull, very boring. So I don't expect anybody to follow my footsteps. This is like Erica's Planet that we're talking about right now. And I'm also a very simple girl. I'm actually really fucking simple. I like, good craft beer. I like going hiking with dogs. I like girls with brown hair and long nails, and, I like good fucking company and good knives. I'm a pretty simple girl here. I don't really ask for much. And part of being simple and minimalistic is not buying everything new and improved, devoting my life to a certain company and getting every knife they ever produce. That just doesn't do it for me. I like kind of honing in on one design, trying different steels in that design, trying different handles, trying different custom handle makers, different configurations. That is more intriguing to me than trying a bazillion different knives all the time and almost having a chaotic view of the knife community. To be honest, even buying, shipping, receiving, selling, the whole process of giving and obtaining knives to me is actually very stressful for me. I don't like it. I like having my small little group that I use. It's not an addiction for me. It's not like an obsession in a bad way. I just like to keep it simple. So the reason I have chimed in to these 4 companies is because I have them split up into 2 groups. So for me, I put Spyderco and Benchmade into one group together, and I put Emerson and Reeve into the second group together. Now, before you lose your minds and go, oh my god, Erica, you cannot compare an Emerson to a Reeve. That is bad juju. They're not even close to the same quality. Let me explain. We're not necessarily talking about quality of build here, okay? So, we'll start with the Spyderco Benchmade thing. I'm mostly referring to availability, okay? So I like to buy knives that are either readily available or easily fixed. I'm not into exclusives. I'm not into customs. I'm not into anything where the mindset behind that knife could hinder me from actually using it. right? So, you're probably never going to see a $750 Damascus Chris Reeve with fucking ebony and glass blast and the graphic ones that are absolutely stunning art pieces. Like, you're never gonna see that on here, because that doesn't interest me, because it's not something that I can replace if I break it, and you guys know I'm kind of hard on my stuff. So our first group, Benchmade and Spyderco, this is really based off of availability. I know for a fact, with the models I have chosen from Benchmade and Spyderco, that I can buy them again if I completely trash them. Now, the reason I want to be able to buy them again is because warranty doesn't always have your back with these companies. So, Spyderco, their warranty is very strict. You're not allowed to take your knife apart, really. You're not allowed to, like, buy replacement screws and stuff like that. Like, if you fuck this up, they want you to send it back so they can fix it. You do not have the wiggle room to take this apart, customize it, mod it without getting in trouble. That will void your warranty. However, how often are Para 3s out of stock? How often are Delicas out of stock? How often are Natives out of stock? The base models. They're pretty much always available. So I don't necessarily depend on Spyderco's warranty, but I can depend on the fact that if I, bust my Native 5 somehow during testing, I can pick a new one up, not necessarily the Salt series, because this is, like, very hard to get, but the Native model, I can probably pick up the base model in S30V and continue my testing of the Native model if something happens to the point where I can't fix it or I void the warranty. Same with Benchmade. Now, Benchmade, from my experience, has a better warranty. However, again, there are a lot of things that void it. You can't alter this, you can't mod it, you're really not supposed to take it apart, you're supposed to send it in and they will absolutely fix it for you if it needs help. But it's very readily available. Bug outs are always available. Griptilians, you can get Benchmades fairly easy. They're everywhere. And if I do something to this, I know that the warranty is a little more flexible than Spyderco, but basically, if I mess up my Spydercos or Benchmades, I know I can get a new one or get it fixed somehow. And that, to me, is very important. I need to know that I'm investing my money in a lifetime of use with this knife, not just very specific use or for it to sit on a shelf. Now, the second group that we have is the Emerson Chris Reeve group. I'm going to say build quality, or not build quality, build, what word am I going to use? The way these feel in hand are clearly very different. When you hold an Emerson, it feels much different than the refined, elegant, slimline Sebenza, right? I am not saying that less attention to detail goes into this. I am not saying that Chris Reeve is better than Emerson. I am not saying anything. I'm literally just saying, like, Emersons are overbuilt, thick, stocky, beefy knives. Every single one of them are completely overbuilt. They're supposed to be. That's Ernest's philosophy, right? Overbuilt, tough beater, and a little more refined, a little more elegant, absolutely still capable of use, but just more refined, more tighter tolerances on the Sebenza, okay? Let me get that clear. So, the reason I put these into the same group is because they are not readily available at all. However, their warranty surpasses most in the game. So, if I break this MCOM, or it's a Micro Commander, if I break this, I cannot go buy a new one online right now tonight. I can't. And if I break this small Sebenza 31 with my Carta inlays, it is not guaranteed that I can go buy a new one tonight. Definitely a very low chance of that happening. However, the warranties with these companies are fabulous. Now, Do I have a relationship with both of these companies? I do. I'm not going to lie and say that I'm the average user, the average nobody who does not have a relationship with these companies. I do. I don't work for them. I don't get free stuff. I don't get paid. All I can say is I have a relationship with Emerson. They know exactly who I am, and I talk to them. And I have a relationship with Chris Reeve. I have, FaceTimed with Tim. I have talked with him. We're pals. So, however, the warranty stands for anybody across the board with these companies. If you, and I have had this confirmed by multiple people that do not have relationships with these companies. If you mod your Emerson, if you put the Shutter Dug scales on it, if you put fancy hardware or acid stone wash the blade, you can still send this in for warranty and they still will take care of you. If anything, they advise that you kind of tinker around with this. This is your tool. You own it. This is your piece of property. And Emerson says that you can take it apart, you can clean it, you can buy a lot of the hardware on their site for this knife. If you lose a screw, a pivot screw, a pocket clip, a spacer, they literally have those on their site and you can just buy it and put your knife back together by yourself. You don't need them. But their warranty is absolutely there for you if you do want to use it, and they will take this back no matter what and fix it for you as long as you send it back with the original pieces. Same thing goes for Chris Reeve. They have multiple videos on YouTube that actually teach you how to take this knife apart, clean it, take care of it, put it back together. They send the tools to you. They send the little Allen wrench. They send the lube. They send the Loctite, whatever you need. They send that with the knife in the kit. It is telling you, hey, at Chris Reeve, we want you to take care of this yourself. Now, we have a warranty if you need it, but take care of it yourself. Try it. Give it a whirl. And if you can't do it on your own, send it back in and we will take care of you. So, again, fantastic warranty. You can really... You cannot access this knife as easily, nor this knife, but at least that won't hinder you from using it. Both of these companies highly suggest that you use their tools, and both of them say, hey, if you do use it a little too hard one day and you mess up, just send it back and we're going to take care of you. So at the end of the day, the reason that all four of these end up aligning together as companies and knives that I use is because I know that I can use them, beat the crap out of them, and I can still have it. And that is a huge deal to me because that is the reason behind use your shit. I understand why a lot of people don't want to use their shit. Part of it is they're afraid that they're going to break it. They're afraid that they're going to mess it up sharpening it. They're afraid that they're going to lose it. They're afraid that they're going to ding up the blade or put a scratch on it or void the warranty. And honestly, there are a decent amount of companies that don't have very good warranties. Like, it's getting better, but there surely are companies that don't have good warranties or companies that put out very specific amounts of knives and you can't get it again. And that scares us as humans. That scares us that we love something so much, and if we push it too far or something, we might lose it forever. So, for me, I really like sticking with these four companies. The kind of basic models, I'm very basic, I'm very simple. I like the utilitarian look anyway. It works best for me. I don't like anything fancy, but these knives absolutely are knives that I know I can use and not regret. I love all of the designs. I really enjoy them as a company for the most part, and trust me, I've had my hang-ups with all of them. I had hang-ups with the Chris Reeve. I'm still waiting on my pocket clip for this particular bug out that I ordered almost 2 years ago, and no, I still haven't gotten my frickin' pocket clip. And by the way, this was built on the custom shop. I made everything silver on purpose. See how the spacer's silver, thumb stud, blade, hardware, every single thing on this is satin finished. I ordered it with a satin clip. They sent me the dark gray. I asked for the satin clip again. They sent me another dark gray. I asked them for a satin clip again. They sent me another dark gray. I figure it's a joke at this point. I asked for the satin clip again, and then they never answered, and I messaged them 3 times begging because I paid so much money for this custom bug out with the silver clip. I I have begged them at this point to please give me the clip that I ordered. They refuse. They will not answer me. So trust me, I've had my hang-ups. I have no like special connection with Spyderco or Benchmade especially. But generally speaking, their warranty is decent for the average person. So hopefully that shines some light on why I'm not afraid to use my knives, to use my shit, why I'm so basic and boring and I only stick to these couple of knives here and these couple of brands. I have no interest in branching out. I understand that that could constrict the growth of my channel and my page. Don't care, literally don't care. I don't care where the channel goes. It hasn't constricted the Instagram page. I don't even know what we're at. Well over 7,500, I think, followers, and people seem to not mind seeing the same knives photographed over and over and over again. But YouTube speaking, I understand that only using a couple of brands could constrict the channel, and I don't care. That the channel is not for growth. I don't care to grow, and because of that, I will grow more. Think about that. Sticking with my morals and sticking with what is comfortable to me, that is going to make me have a very specific little spot that I've made for myself in the community. And in my opinion on Erica's Planet, I genuinely do believe that could help me grow even more than being a chameleon and blending into everything and having all of my toes dipped into every single bucket available to me. That would be very uncomfortable. I'd rather sit in my little beach chair with my couple of comfies, a cold beer, and do what I do best, and that's tell the truth. So I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit. Let me know down in the comments what knives you use, what companies you've had great service with or horrific service with. Yeah, talk down in the comments about what you guys like to use and what you stand by. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. We all live our own lives. I will see you guys on the next video. Use your shit. Stay safe. Love you all.